Hey guys, it's Cassie and today I'm going to be going through the 2023 fashion trends that you need to know about, okay? Forget about the others. These are the 10 biggest. I like to keep you ahead of the game. I like to keep you aware of what's coming next, and so that is what I am here to deliver. Some of these things you may be very happy about. Some of them you may be like, give me a second, let me go and pilfer through my wardrobe, I've got just the thing. Let's get it back out, it's been years. Other things you're going to be like, I shan't be participating, and I refuse to be involved in this conversation. I feel you. We have some of those too. Guys, if you are new here, my name is Cassie and I'm a self-diagnosed luxury addict. I put out videos on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, so if you like luxury fashion, then you're going to love it here. So head down there, subscribe, turn on the bell, become a member of our luxury addicted family. When are we going to rehab? Never. Guys, are you ready? Let's begin. Trend number 1, the body. And I mean this in a couple of different ways. So, we are seeing this a little bit at the moment with the latest Y Project Jean-Paul Gaultier collaboration, where you've sort of got this heat map that frames out the female body. They're doing it in different colours, it's kind of an X-ray, it's kind of like an aura map, but undeniably, it's a body. We're seeing this in 2023. If we take Balmain, for example, that has very much taken, the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, a little Michelangelo, a little Baroque moment, naked female forms, and putting them on dresses and other such items. We're seeing it in that way. Off-White has done it via an X-ray, so they had like suits and other sort of sets that had this quite subtle printing of a skeleton / X-ray going on in those looks. You've got Schiaparelli that's done it in a little bit more of an artistic form, black form-fitting dress, and then you have these golden brush strokes again of the female form, artistic depictions of the body. But there is another way to interpret this trend as well, which is just to see the body. End of. I mean, look, the runway is no stranger to some skin, we see it. But the gap between top and beginning of bottom is becoming wider, right? And that is a combination of teeny tiny tops, low-rise bottoms. Alright, I'm sorry to report. We're going to get around to that. Again, bodies on display. Examples of what I just described is something at like Givenchy or Blue Marine. And then you've also got these midriff cutouts. Saint Laurent did something along those lines. Trend number 2, cargo trousers. Now again, this is a trend that we're seeing a lot now, but it is in full force for 2023. Who didn't have a cargo trouser on the runway? Pockets galore. I don't know if it's maybe because of TBE tiny bag energy. We're looking for other places to store our belongings and we've just gone trousers. 2 pockets is not enough. Let's get 8 on there. People love organisation. You can have your first aid kit in one. You can have your keys in another. Whatever you want to use your cargo pockets for, though I have an inkling that actually none of us are going to use those pockets. Versace and Fendi did these in like a very sort of flowy satin material. Blue Marine did this in denim, as did Diesel. Laquan Smith did it in a sort of iridescent looking, maybe a nylon or sort of taffetery material. Dion Lee was playing around with pocket placements. Dior was doing printed versions, and something that you may be noticing is that they are all low rise, which is the biggest sort of bottoms trend across skirts, trousers, all of that. Even sort of like where the waistline placement is, it's a lot lower in spring summer 2023. So for those of us that are high-rise girlies, let's shed a tear collectively. Next up is a shoe trend, naked shoes. Barely there shoes that I have decided shall be called naked shoes in 3 ways really. The first way is in sort of like very delicate, hardly there straps. Right, so we saw this at Saint Laurent. They did a sort of very low hanging ankle strap and just a toe ring and be on your way, right? Very much putting the rest of the outfit as the showpiece. Then we're seeing it in fishnets. Stella McCartney was doing a lot of flesh-toned fishnets at an ankle length and an over-the-knee version as well. It's a semi-sandal, it's a semi-boot, I don't know what to call that. Chanel also went down the fishnet route, and they're doing theirs with a smattering of crystals. They're also doing it without crystals, black, white. Valentino, who has been really loving the success of the Valentino Tango Pump, they keep re-releasing it in different versions, as we've seen the last couple of collections that have come out. They are doing it in a PVC with what seems to be like a leather trim. Unclear. But PVC version, let's pray that there's some sort of breathing hole, because is there anything worse than a PVC shoe that gets steamed up? Another brand that has seen that, they've said, I've seen your fog dilemma, and I raise you a sort of pre-fogged moment, so you don't need to worry. Coperni have done this in a sort of, it looks like a little kitten heel with a zip moment. Coperni have also done what seems to be possibly, though I don't think it's confirmed, a collaboration with Pleasers, the very well-known stripper heel company, in a hybrid pleaser and flip-flop. So there we go. Anything is possible, guys. Naked, barely there shoes, PVC fishnets. If you've got any, bring them out. If you haven't got any, you want to jump on the train, get your wish list ready. Next big trend, biker chic. Moto Mummy. Rosalia is leading the way. David Comer's entire collection was pretty much an ode to biker chic. Whether you want to be in skin-tight leather sets, on the back, leaning forward on the back of a bright red Ducati with your custom helmet. I don't know where you would get that from. I'm assuming they exist, right, with your visor down, razzing through life. Or whether you want to be in an oversized leather jacket, leaned back on a Harley, living life down the highways. As you can tell, I'm not too much involved in motorcycle culture. However, the vibes are very much here. Even in the recent Palace Gucci collaboration, they'd had a lot of sort of motorcycle influence and leather jackets again. That sort of oversized, maybe even vintage or thrifted leather jacket look is very much having a moment. Alexander McQueen did a head-to-toe, strapless, leather sort of buckled, belted catsuit. Again, you can see different sort of interpretations of this, and keep your eyes open because a lot more is going to be happening. Florals for spring, groundbreaking, I know. And yes, we are seeing florals in the very obvious way that we see florals every time spring summer comes up. However, I'm particularly intrigued by sort of 3D florals, or very realistic interpretations of florals. And I will really say that there is one brand that is leading this forward. I think it says a lot about the brand and the creative director at the moment that they are really spearheading this trend. This is going to be talked about non-stop once it comes out. We are going to be seeing it, editorials on red carpets all the time. It's already sort of starting now. Loewe, J.W. Anderson is the creative director, and he is firmly down the 3D flower route in forms of, you're going to give me a moment here because I'm not a flowers girl, I don't know how to pronounce this.
Anthurium.
An anthurium. They are the showpieces. They've been done in place of breastises. They have been done, you know, just like on a grand scale. It's the only thing you can look at. I think it's done in a way that is so artistic and fun. It's a novelty, but in a wearable way. If you've got a houseplant that you're tired of, no, I'm joking. Don't kill your houseplant for a dress. Next up, layering. I know, you're like, how is that a trend? It's just something we do for survival in autumn, winter. Hold on a second. First of all, we're talking about spring, summer 2023 collections. I know, the wheels are turning. Layering done mainly on the bottoms, and you can see this across a load of brands. Versace had these sort of negligee looking tops / dresses. Well, they were really dresses, but they were tops, and then they were left to open up at the bottom, layering over the cargo trousers. You know when you decide that, no, it is cold enough for a jacket, It's not. You're absolutely sweltering outside and you tie it around your waist. Courage did that on a jean and I'm assuming it's attached. Dior had these sort of floor length skirts over shorts. Brandon Maxwell did this in a way that I think a lot of us could do if we have like shirt dresses. It was a shirt dress, but then the bottom of the dress was open and there was a mini skirt underneath that had a little bit more pizzazz. Nensi Dojaka, dresses over leggings. Etro had these sorts of oversized, it looked like an oversized men's shirt with a skirt over the top of it, and so there was this layering aspect there that you could peek through. Fendi had dresses over trousers. Roberto Cavalli did the same thing as Dior and did these sorts of huge skirts over shorts. And again, it's mainly on the bottoms that we're seeing this. Long live the reign of all things glittery, sparkly, sequined, crystalled, metallic. I am here for it. You know that this is where my little heart thrives. I just think it's fun. It makes me smile. I love how people are making this trend more wearable into the everyday, right? So let's take Salvatore, well, just now Ferragamo. Ferragamo's newest collection with new creative director Maximilian Davis did this in, again, what I think is to be a very wearable way because it was all monochromatic. There was no contrast in the colour of sparkles and the base of what the sparkles were attached to. So there was a full red crystal look top to toe, full black crystal look top to toe, and it worked so well. Or you can take it all the way to the other end and you can do statement, right? So Sport Max had this incredible top that how do you describe that? It's like tinsel but hard. I don't know, but I loved it. And it's everything, and I actually really like that. Again, that was done in a monochrome look, but that would look great also styled the way that Valentino styled a lot of their runway, which was they had these huge statement pieces paired with something very neutral. Again, a little styling tip that we can take into our everyday lives. They had a very Grinch approved pair of trousers paired with a really neutral bodysuit. We're seeing sparkles on bags. Stella McCartney's Falabella bag was done in all yellow crystals. It's the first time I've ever been interested in that bag, I'll tell you that much. Even in ways like Louis Vuitton doing their XXL versions of details or SLGs or whatever blown up into these ginormous things, the hardware on there is that element of sparkle being brought in. Vivienne Westwood did crystal knee-high boots. Miu Miu did these sort of beaded separates. Moving on to the next trend, which is underwear as outerwear. Yep, you heard me right. Get your pants out, make sure they're clean because they're going to be on show. Again, done in a number of different ways. You had brands like Gucci and Coperni, just pants to the wind, just like big pants, worn as trousers. Gucci actually did it in combination with like a chap looking trouser, but Coperni was like, I'm wearing a jacket and these are my bottoms. So Miu Miu had their low-rise skirts with a little Miu Miu pant showing. They even did something that looked like a bralette underneath a bralette. Again, sort of inception of the underwears. Alessandra Rich did this denim top that looked like you could see the bra, you know, sort of peek out from underneath it. Moral of the story, it's time to buy yourself some new underwear because I know that you've been wearing that bra for the last 5 years straight because you'll be putting it on show. In case you're worried about the underwear being out, the next trend is sheer. We take something like Saint Laurent had these, first of all the jackets were everything, but the dresses were these sort of sheer knits and you could see the underwear underneath. Oh my gosh, it's the body trend, it's the underwear trend, all sort of wrapped into one. Prada did like a sheer sweater and skirt. That one almost looked a bit, I can't get the right word, but almost intrusive, like you have X-ray vision and you've sort of just looked underneath what this woman was wearing because we've seen the sort of same sheer items of clothing, but to have it as like a sweater and the cuts of those, the sweater and the skirt is very sort of generally modest cuts. To have those be see-through, I don't know, it was interesting. And I think a less intimidating way to approach this trend may be to do it in layers. Oh, incorporate the layering trend with the sheer trend, then you don't have to be as exposed as you maybe thought you may be. Bringing us to the final trend, skinny trousers. I've got some good news for us skinny jeans lovers. Well, skinny jeans aren't quite in yet, but it's not going to take too long, alright, till we're back on top. But skinny trousers in general we've been seeing a lot of, whilst baggy and cargo and all of that is still very much a huge trend, as are the very skinny trousers, almost legging looking bottoms. Sport Max was doing a lot of the split trouser. We saw these suede sort of skinny leggings from Ferragamo. Prada and Stella McCartney also incorporated leggings and very tight trousers into their looks. Again, maybe with an element of layering, maybe on their own. David Comer as well, he did sort of skirts layering over leggings that had a little bit of metallic detail. Oh, skinny trousers and the sparkles sort of metallic trend coming together. I thought that it was quite interesting that a lot of the looks that were paired with skinny trousers tend to have a very sort of form-fitting look head to toe. The top was tight, the trousers were tight, and then there was a jacket or a coat layered on top. Interesting. What's your favourite trend from the 10 trends that I covered today? Are there any that you're particularly excited about, or any that you would like to burn to the ground? I will be doing dedicated videos on bag trends for 2023 and shoe trends for 2023, so look out for those. I'm going to leave a link to another video here in case you haven't already seen it. Have an amazing morning, afternoon or evening wherever you are, and in the words of my father,
if you've enjoyed it, tell your friends. If you haven't, keep your mouth shut.
I'll see you in my next video. Mwah. Bye guys.